Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. Today we are doing the official reveal for JRB8, which is this 1979 C10 Restomod directly right next to me. Before we get started, there's going to be a lot to go over on this thing. Congratulations to Tyler Davis out of Virginia for winning JRB7. If you go back a video from this one on our YouTube, you will see where we call him, and it's super ecstatic to meet him and his family, whoever ends up coming with him. So this truck right here has been under the covers for about 2.5 months. We've been absolutely hammering down on this truck right here. So again, this is a 1979 Chevy C10 Restomod. So I'm going to start with the exterior, and we'll go through all the details. Again, there's a ton of stuff on this to go over, and then at the end I'll go over the additional that comes with the giveaway, entries on how to get entered, and then as far as the process goes and all legality and all that stuff that we always go over. The first thing that you see, it's not just a generic red Chevy C10. Every time you see a Chevy C10, you kind of go back and like, all right, you know, red. But we were going back and forth a lot on this color, and we ended up settling with a red from Oracle. So this is a vinyl wrap. We couldn't get this color to be symmetrical in a paint. So this color is actually a flip. So if you look at it in direct sunlight, this is Oracle Cardinal Red. It actually almost has a tint of orange to it, which we were kind of going to go back to an orange or a red. So that's kind of where we met in the middle. The truck, all the vinyl work is done by Sean at Unique Wraps in Enfield, Connecticut. He's been doing all our vinyl for a lot of years, and he's the best in the business in the area. And you can just see that by looking at his Google reviews and all his reputation that he has. That's the color. The truck is all steel. I mean, we didn't do really any body work other than some touching up on the fenders, and this bedside is new on this side, and it's only new because it had a ding when we got the truck. That bedside is the original one, so we did a little bit of work on that side, but the rest of the truck is all steel. I mean, and that's huge for these trucks because, as you know, these things are very, very rare to get. Around the exterior of the cab, we have all brand new glass on this thing. So the rear window was originally a split window, so it had a little mini window in the center that you can open and close. We wanted that kind of like slim look in the back of the cab, so we ended up going with a full one-piece glass. Windshield's brand new. The one thing we're still waiting on is the side glass for the doors. Those had to get custom made. Not a big deal, but these are the ones that were on the truck were pretty scratched, and with the tint it kind of enhances the scratch, and we didn't want that. So we're still waiting on the door glass. It is going to be tinted the same as the rest of the exterior of the glass. So on all of our builds, mainly for the media purposes, 5% all the way around. So 5% on all the glass tint. Elliot from Avery's Tint, he's in Massachusetts as well, and he's a great friend of mine. So if you guys are in Massachusetts, Connecticut, he does residential, automotive, and commercial. Super good dude. So in the front of this thing, this is the original nose of the truck. So we ended up painting the headlight bezels gloss black with metallic. So there is a metallic flake in these. And then we also have gloss black with metallic and the grill overlay on the exterior. We were going back and forth on the emblem in the front, and we figured just leave it straight GM Chevy. That's kind of like the OG logo right there. So we have the original grill. It's kind of beat up. It's hanging in the shop. Original front bumper, we just cleaned up, polished, even the original hardware that goes through the frame. So moving around, this is a smoked out amber with a amber switchback in here. And this is for basically a DRL marker light that's inside the fender. It's on both sides. So when you put the lights on, they will illuminate amber. The big thing on this that I do want to touch on is the headlights. So as you can see, those headlights are not original. And similar to what we did on JRB7, we had that halo ring. We were like, dude, like, it's a little bit of a bigger size, so we had to get these custom made. But yeah, I mean, this thing illuminates red, so it kind of gives it that demon eye. And I'll flip them on real quick so you can see them. So as you can see, it looks pretty sick. And driving down the road, people see this truck, and then you see that, and you're like, what is that thing? Regular high beam, low beam. Low beam works on the factory switch. You'll get low beam LEDs, which is huge on these trucks. They don't come with LEDs, obviously. High beam on these trucks, when you get in the cab, I'll show you after too, you have a left foot switch. So you basically push down on the floor and that kicks on the high beams. Nick ran a custom harness for that to be able to work. Original emblems, fender emblems that come on these trucks, we ended up getting, and this is all metal. So super, super cool. I'm happy that we got those. Raptor-line bed tops. When we Raptor-line the top of this, we overlap the wrap, so water and stuff like that, it's completely sealed, which turned out awesome. I mean, it looks like actual paint from this side. Roll pan in the rear. So these trucks come with a bumper, usually sticks out like a normal truck bumper. Tailgate is original from GM, believe it or not. So I was on the internet. I ended up finding a company that used to store old GM parts, and I could even link it in this video if you guys want. Comment if you need it. But they had like literally a dozen of these GM tailgates up in a barn that caught on fire, and they ended up removing all these parts and storing them in a storage container, and they have like tons and tons of these parts. I'm happy with that. And the one thing on the exterior before we jump into the other stuff is this bed inlay. So my father's been in construction, building custom homes pretty much his whole life. This is one thing that I brought up to him. I said, dude, we need to do something with this, because, you know, there's a lot of people that do these bed inlays, and I just wanted something simple that's functional, and this is it. So he basically manufactured a custom bed inlay for this truck, and it's light enough that it doesn't sacrifice the suspension. We ended up going with a nice inlay that he basically made by hand. Aluminum piece on the back just to kind of give it that sleek look, painted in satin black. Tailgate face is painted satin black. Yeah. Super ecstatic with that bed inlay though. It's functional, looks sick. Original taillights, original surrounds for the taillights. This has a Willwood conversion from drum brakes. So factory, these trucks come with drum brakes. This has a disc brake conversion from Willwood. You basically disassemble the whole rear end. We put a LSD diff GM 12 bolt 8875 in the back. So super sleek look, man. I mean, it matches the front. We also did the front Willwood disc brakes. Those already have disc brakes, but just an upgrade from the factory. They're 4-piston in the rear, 4-piston in the front. For wheels, we did the US Mag U127s. This is actually a C10 specific rim from US Mag. So it's a staggered setup. So you have a 12 in the back and a 10 in the front. For the tires, we just have some Venom Power street tires on here. We kind of went a little bit cheaper for the tires only because we're going to be driving this truck, shooting ads. When the winter comes, I want to have a fresh set of tires. So we are going to put Nittos on this, probably a 420V or a Triple R. So this thing's going to have brand new tires on it before we give it away. That wraps up the wheels and tires. For the suspension, we have a 4 to 6 inch lowering kit. 4 inches in the front, 6 inches in the rear. Suspension's very simple on these trucks. Leaf spring flip on the rear, so the leaf spring is now on the top versus the bottom. All right, so that wraps up the suspension, the wheels and tires, and the exterior. I want to show you guys what's underneath the hood because it is absolutely insane. Underneath this thing, man, is a 6.0 Vortec iron block LS. So it is bored to a 6.2, 20 over. Donnie from Rad Auto Machine, he does all our engines across the board. He's been in the industry for decades. And if you're watching this, Donnie, you are the man. And anyone that knows Donnie knows he's the man. It has a Brian Tooley Racing Truck Norris cam, which is a pretty high lift cam. It has their Beehive springs, their hardened push rods. The heads were completely taken care of through Donnie. So pretty much he gave us a short block completely built. We put the heads on, did all the work there. The oil pan is shaved for the C10. So the cradle that goes underneath the motor for the frame, it's a little bit close on these trucks, so you need a specialty pan for it to work. Billet fuel rails, billet high ram intake. We have a custom intake on that side. Billet coil relocations, billet spacers for the coils, Dragonfire coil packs, Dragonfire wires, custom headers for this. They are long tubes. Stock 6.0 fuel injectors. All the ECU stuff on this truck. Usually for our LS swaps, we usually like to use Holley. Holley's been around for a long, long time, and quite honestly, they're one of the best companies in the industry. We ended up going with a Terminator X Max, which is capable of tuning and adapting to an electronic transmission. So factory, these trucks will come with a 4L60 or a 4L80. This truck would have came with a 4L80 being out of a 2500 with a 6.0. The transmission in this is a Stage 2 TH350, completely capable of handling this platform here. but the Max is able to adapt, like I said, to an electronic transmission. So we figured when I was speccing this out, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do a regular X because, you know, if someone wins this truck and they say, hey, I want to, you know, put a nasty blower on it, or I want to do twin turbos or something crazy, you're going to want to put like a 4L or something behind that. So you can literally bolt a 4L to this thing. We will give you the harness that comes with this that we didn't use for the 4L, and you can literally run it. Dave Eldritch out of California, he's the one that tunes all our LS platform, our LS350Z, all the LS swaps that we've done. And he said he'll even help the winner basically tune and configure the transmission if you guys decided that you wanted to put a 4L. We do have a custom radiator for this truck and a custom fan setup. 205, both the fans will kick on. 200, one fan will kick on, and it'll kind of keep it around that ballpark. That's extremely good for an LS. A little bit more on the engine. So we have billet truck style alternator mount. The alternator on these Vortex usually sit right here. So we have a billet one. We have a Camaro L99 water pump on there. All the wiring is ran neatly throughout the back of the truck and then through the firewall. And then inside the truck, so this right here is a Terminator X-Max. So basically when you fire, so I'll turn the key on so you guys can see. So you can literally, oh, I got anti-seize on my arm. I got anti-seize on my arm from the tailgate, but you can read all your sensors to this thing. So manifold air pressure, coolant temp sensor, battery volts, ignition timing, IAC position, duty cycle, TPS. I mean, everything is on this. Holley even makes an integration through a digital dash that you can actually plug right into this Terminator, and it's like a 12-inch display. So if you guys want to get crazy, you can do that on this truck with this system. Let's get into the interior. We have a custom seat in this truck. So diamond stitched, red and black with some contrast. Original steering column. The dash is all original, and this thing is in immaculate shape. We have electronic gauges, so your coolant temp, oil pressure, mile per hour, RPM, all that stuff is integrated in the factory dash bezel. The carpet's brand new in this thing. All the kick plates are brand new. The trim around the door is brand new. Usually these trucks have a little rain gutter right here that comes down. It's like a chrome piece. For me, I looked at it, I'm like, that thing needs to go, dude. So the first day we got this truck, I ended up ripping that off and throwing it out. That rain gutter does help kind of deter some of the water down the cab, but we do have new seals on the inside of this, which this truck usually doesn't have a thick enough seal for it to seal itself. Yeah, so that really wraps it up with the interior. Let me fire this thing up. You guys can hear that 6.2 absolutely purr. All right, as you can tell, this thing is extremely loud. I mean, the exhaust we have on this is basically from the long tubes, and it dumps right before the axle. It's 3 to 2.5 inch piping, but it sounds like a American V8. This thing is one of a kind truck, guys, and I just want to talk about a couple things first. So we wouldn't be able to do this without your support and our customer support. So if you don't know our other company, which is JRB Performance and Customs, that'll be a shop that I started back in 2016, 2017, basically from nothing. I didn't have any power, no running water, no heat, AC, nothing. And here we are. I mean, we've had a full service center with a great reputation throughout the country, and extremely, extremely blessed to be able to start building vehicles and giving them away. This is JRB8, so we've had all these other mini truck builds that we've done. I think it's our 4th mini truck that we've done in a row, so I'm like, we got to switch it up, guys. Do something a little bit different. This is the answer to that. For a price of a shirt, hat, hoodie, pretty much whatever it is. But this right here, this truck, we're giving away the truck and $5,000 in cash. So what the cash is supposed to do in any sweepstakes company that's legit. Oh, yeah. What's that? No, we're filming a commercial. Yeah, thank you, sir. It's a 79. Yeah, thank you. Have a good day, man. Any sweepstakes company that's legit will tell you it's for the taxes, and that's exactly what it's for. when you win a truck or you win a prize through a sweepstakes company, you get taxed on that amount, and that 5K will cover all the taxes, and you'll get something to throw in your pocket. We will also cover round trip flights up to 2 people to come meet our team, see the truck first if you're in California or those farther out states, and then we'll also deliver the truck for free. So we started doing that with JRB7, and we got a ton of feedback on that, and being able to basically have no cost whatsoever other than winning the actual vehicle. You got free delivery and free travel to us to see the vehicle firsthand, and meet our team. So yeah, that whole prize is up for grabs, and it could be just a purchase of a shirt, hat, hoodie, a key tag, a sticker, a canvas. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. All right, so that pretty much wraps up JRB8, the full overview. Hopefully you guys stay to the end, and again, we won't be able to do this without your support. All the entries at the end of the giveaway will go through American Sweepstakes out of Rochester, New York. What they do is perform a random computerized legal drawing, and it basically selects 2 people. So the primary and the secondary winner. So the primary, if they don't answer within 5 to 7 days, we have to call the secondary winner. But we never had that happen. Actually, we did have that happen only one time, and I think it was for a bonus giveaway. Jake knows, because every time we do a reveal, he always says that. But anyway, it goes to them. They perform the drawing. We basically just sponsor the giveaway, and they do all the legal stuff. That's the correct way of doing it. Wouldn't be able to do this without your support, and we wish you luck. Get entered for this truck, and thank you.